Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I had originally had a whole video planned for you guys about the Dodge Charger 6-pack Scat Pack for today. However, that has changed because I got an email late in the afternoon. I'm sure some of you guys might have already seen the information be posted from other media outlets online. But about 4:30 in the afternoon, Chrysler released a press release to us saying that Chrysler has opened up orders for the updated 2027 Chrysler Pacifica. So yes, you can go to a dealer today and order a 2027 Chrysler Pacifica. Now this is kind of big news because just a week and a half ago, they teased this vehicle for the first time without its camouflage on its social media accounts, and they didn't really post any details about this van. We had heard rumors that this was going to be like not a huge like mid-cycle action because obviously the van got one in 2021. But what we heard was, it's going to have some updated styling. It was supposed to have maybe some new tech, like a heads-up display, a new electrical architecture, all this stuff. Well, it doesn't seem like a lot of that has happened. Basically, sounds like it's going to be mostly a carryover from 2026, with just a few things here and there to kind of spruce in the vehicle up for another couple years. So again, this new design language is going to carry over for the next generation of Chrysler vehicles. But it's kind of refreshing to see it here. It seems like it's very popular from what we've kind of heard over the last couple of days. People really seem to like it. And with this new announcement, we actually got two new images of this new design language. So you can see this one right here. This looks to be like a destroyer gray kind of color Chrysler Pacifica Pinnacle. And the very interesting thing is, again, if you look at the front, it has these new LED lights that are up here. Kind of look like conventional headlights, but they're actually LED like DRLs. The lights go all the way across the front with the new Chrysler wing badge. And then down below, you can actually see that they have projector headlamps. So it's kind of funny because if you look back to where Jeep was, about a decade ago with the Cherokee KL, they introduced these new, like lower in the fascia projector headlamps that look different. And a lot of people thought that was very polarizing, and some people loved it and some people hated it. So in 2019, Jeep went back to a more conventional look, and right after that, it seemed like General Motors, like especially like Chevrolet, started doing projectors down low in the front fascia on all their vehicles. Kia does it, Hyundai does it. So it's kind of funny that now the Chrysler Group is chasing that kind of pattern back down. The other thing is, if you look at the lower part of the front fascia, it's very sculpted. So if we go down here and look at the actual grille, where now most of the vehicles nowadays, although air is taken down low, you can see that it has this really ornate tooling down here for the grille design. Kind of looks European. I think that's going to be the most drastic look, that people are going to have to adapt to for 2027, because I think the actual headlamps and stuff look pretty stylish, but that whole lower front tooling is going to be kind of different to look at. But it looks good. I think, in my personal opinion, the more I look at it, the more I actually really like it. The only thing I don't like about the design, and I'm going to be 100% honest, is I don't like the new Chrysler wing badge logo. It's just two lines. It looks boring. One thing is you're changing your design for the front fascia of this vehicle completely, and you're doing some minor changes to the back and the rear, but you're not having the Chrysler name badge anywhere. So if you look at the actual badge now, it says Chrysler in the middle of it. The doors on this van don't say Chrysler. They used to say Chrysler back in the day, but you don't see Chrysler name at all on this thing. So to me, it's kind of like, okay, we haven't seen the back just yet, so maybe there's a Chrysler badge on the back, but I don't know. I just think, I'd like to see the name of the vehicle on the actual vehicle. So who knows? Maybe we'll see it. Maybe we won't. I don't know just yet. So I'm still keeping my fingers crossed that we'll see some actual Chrysler name badges somewhere on this vehicle. So let's dig into what's different for 2027, because there are some small changes. We know the pricing of this vehicle. We don't know all the options just yet, but it sounds like it's mostly a carryover. So let's talk about what we do know. So the first thing is it didn't take long for Chrysler to take the opportunity to have Matt McAleer, who's their new CEO. Obviously, Matt was the Dodge CEO, but now that Christine Fuel has left, he has taken over Chrysler and Alfa Romeo North America. So Matt made his first official statement as the Chrysler CEO. So I want to go over that real quick. It's just a basic statement, but I think it's cool. Matt, actually made a statement as a Chrysler CEO. So basically, he said, Chrysler created the minivan 43 years ago, and we fully intend to continue leading the segment we invented. For the 2027 model year, Pacifica builds on the innovation and comfort our customers expect with a refreshed exterior design, new safety and convenience features, and smarter tech. And true to its legacy, the Pacifica continues to celebrate all of its innovative and award-winning features like the class exclusive stow and go seating in both second and third rows, the fam cam, 7 or 8 passenger seating capability, and the smart functionality that made our Chrysler minivans a trusted member of countless families. So again, that's Matt Mackler's very first comment as Chrysler CEO, and I thought that was pretty cool. One thing that we're going to talk about too is he said about the second row stow and go and third row stow and go features. I drove a Pinnacle, and the pictures that you're seeing of the new van in this article are all Pinnacle models. I drove a 2026 Pinnacle. The middle row has like fancier seats. They are not part of the stow and go package. I don't know if that's changing for 2027. They didn't say that to us. I highly doubt that it is. But if you buy one of these premium models with the Pinnacle actual trim, as far as I know, if for 2026, it's definitely happened. But I don't know if it's going to be for sure 2027. But you can't fold the seats flat. So just keep that in mind. When he said second row and third row stow and goes, yeah, you can get it on the base model vans and the limited, but unfortunately the Pinnacle you can't. So. But anyways, we know that, again, we talked about the front end styling. There are going to be some differences in the trims. The first thing you're going to notice is the Voyager's name. So for in the US, we have the Chrysler Voyager. In Canada, they have the Chrysler Grand Caravan. The Chrysler Voyager name for the US is being retired once again. So we're not going to have a Chrysler Voyager anymore. It's going to be called Pacifica LX. So the van is staying, but it's getting a new name. Now, according to the details, we don't know this for sure, but according to what they've told us, they said that the LX keeps its familiar exterior styling. So we know that the Voyager / this new LX model has had the same design language since 2017. Like basically it carries over the 2017 to 2020 Pacifica styling. It sounds like that's going to happen again. So we don't know if it's going to get new badging. We don't know. We haven't seen any pictures of it. We just basically know that it's going to have, power sliding doors, heated front seat, heated steering wheel. Sounds like the same van that we've had for a number of years. So again, they haven't released anything other than that. But I will tell you, if you live in Canada, even though the American Chrysler Voyager nameplate's gone, the Grand Caravan nameplate is staying. Because Grand Caravan has been such a part of the Canadian, market, they are going to keep it. So again, we're getting Pacifica LX here in the States. The Canadian market staying as the Grand Caravan. So it's going to be a little different, but that's what they've told us so far. Now, if we look at the premium interior, because we know that Chrysler is trying to go more, upscale. Basically, blue-collar luxury is what they're kind of intending to go back to. That's something that they did in the 2000s. And then they became this mainstream kind of brand during the whole FCA kind of years. Well, now they're going to go back to blue-collar, luxury. And with that, they are adding some more luxurious amenities to the vans. So in the Pinnacle trim, which is the top of the line one, they're giving it some new color treatments. So it's going to have a blue agave Napa leather interior, and basically it says this new color theme is paired with a copper alloy accent bezels, new decorative trims. It's going to have a new perforation pattern on the seats, tungsten patina piping. So it kind of, to me, sounds like it's going to very closely follow in the footsteps of the Ram 1500 tungsten kind of color palette. If you look at that vehicle, it's got like a blue and a silver kind of interior scheme. I think that's what this is going to be for the actual Pinnacle model. Now, they also said across the lineup, Chrysler's going to add a new satin chrome wing badge on the steering wheel cover for the steering wheel airbag cover. So you're going to see a new steering wheel cover. To me, that just says hey, they're not changing the steering wheel out. So again, we heard that there's going to be some changes to the interior. It sounds like it's not going to be that big, but they are going to add additional interior accents to kind of elevate the overall, what they say, cabin ambiance. So again, there's going to be some changes there, but don't expect a lot from this new 2027 van. As for the technology, okay, again, we've heard heads-up displays and stuff. It doesn't sound like that's happening at all. Instead, they have announced that there's going to be 2 new editions that are going to be coming to the Pacifica for 2027, and it has to do with the technology that's already in the vans that are like, you know, the 360 degree surround view camera system and the front park assist with stop. Basically what they're doing is the same thing that I have in my Charger Daytona. So when I turn my turn signal on in my Charger Daytona, I have what they call turn signal activated blind spot view. So basically it shows, using the 360 camera, it shows alongside the vehicle where I'm turning, so I can see down the length of the vehicle. This new Pacifica will get that. On top of that, the Park Sense system will also be activated. So for example, like when I pull into my driveway, I have a fence that goes across my driveway. So when I get close to the fence, it automatically activates my front view camera. This will be doing the same thing as well. So Park Sense based camera activation, which provides extra camera views while maneuvering in tight spaces. So again, that will happen as a new standard feature as well. So that's actually not a standard feature. That's going to be part of the technology package, I think. The safety sphere package is what they call it. So again, same features as before: Amazon Fire TV, the Fam Cam system, and you know, they have the premium audio systems, which I had a chance to drive the Pinnacle with the Harman Kardon sound system, and it sounds freaking amazing. If you're an audiophile, that is one of the best sound systems in any vehicle, let alone a minivan. So I was really impressed with that. This is another picture that they sent over of the new Chrysler Pacifica Pinnacle. Again, this one looks to be in like Destroyer Gray, and it looks really good from this 3/4 angle. The new front styling actually looks really good with the side profile of the van. So again, it doesn't look like, you know, hugely modern, but it does look very much more like up to date than the conventional looks of the 2026. So again, not a huge, you know, drastic change. There is one feature that I do know that they're coming out with that they mentioned. A lot of people park their, you know, Pacificas in their garage, and one of the problems that people have had is with the power hatch. When the power hatch goes up, it can hit your garage door or whatever you have hanging from your ceiling in your garage. So now for 2027, there's a standard feature across the lineup that has a new adjustable height power liftgate. So basically you can adjust the settings and control just how high your liftgate goes. So no more will it smash into your garage door when it's going up. You can actually adjust the settings yourself. So thank God for that. Now we do know the pricing for this vehicle. So this is where it's going to get interesting, because obviously the Voyager is being replaced with the LX. The price is pretty much identical. It's $41,495. That vehicle is only available in front-wheel drive. Then you step up to the Select. The Select for front-wheel drive is $44,545. If you choose all-wheel drive, it's $47,890. You go to the Limited, and again, you can get, like, you know, S appearance packages and all that, but this is just the base startup price for these vehicles in the US. The Limited starts out at $49,705 for the front-wheel drive model. If you're going to go up to an all-wheel drive, it's $53,050. And then if you look at the Pinnacle front-wheel drive, $54,910. If you go all-wheel drive, you're at $58,255. Not a huge drastic change for 2027. Again, it's kind of like right in line. So that also makes me feel like, hey, they're not really doing a drastic, huge change, because the pricing seems to be very consistent with what the 2026 models are. So again, hopefully we'll hear more about these vehicles soon. I'm hoping so. But take and leave your comments down below. What do you think of the new styling of the 2027 Chrysler Pacifica lineup so far? I want to hear what you guys think about the new logo, what you guys think of the new styling up front. And, you know, does this kind of change your mind that, hey, they're not really changing a lot about the Pacifica for 2027 other than the front styling? Does this kind of like, hey, you know, a good thing? Maybe a bad thing? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.